welcome to Don't Tell Our Moms.
Don't tell our moms.
If you are new here, I'm Kaitlyn,
I'm Molly.
and we have got a lot to talk about today.
Well, to start us off, tell me, Kaitlyn, what are you currently pissed off about? What's pissed you off this week? What are you currently pissed off about?
A lot.
Same. There's a lot. I'm pissed off
Yeah.
about a lot in the world right now, but we'll keep it to like what are we personally pissed off about?
Oh, I can tell you what I'm pissed off about. That my husband gets to escape reality for 2 freaking weeks. It's been rough in the Worley household this week.
Yeah.
And obviously he's working. But at the same time, he'll, like, send me pictures, and it'll be him, like, he loves TV so much that he bought a projector to take in case, like, his hotels don't have a TV to his liking.
I got one of those for Christmas, and like you can just lay on your back and like watch stuff on the
Yeah.
ceiling. And I specifically asked for one. They're really cool.
Yeah, so he bought one because he went and bought a TV from, like, one of the TVs, like a 55-inch, and put it in front of the TV because the TV was small in his room, and I said, "You can't just be buying a 55-inch TV to carry and put in your truck."
He said, "If you can buy all this podcast stuff, yes, I
Yeah.
can."
Yeah, I haven't been able to
Yes,
say
I can.
shit
Mm-mm.
about
You can't say nothing. I got you, Randy.
spending.
I got you, Randy.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pissed me off. Not him. I'm not pissed at him. I'm pissed at the situation that I literally signed up for and pushed for him to do. Pissed off about it this week. I've had to be a single dog parent this week, and it freaking sucks.
To a dog with the poops.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
Well, what is what's one thing that has pissed you off
I'm gonna
this
tell you.
week?
I'm gonna tell you two things. They're simple.
Okay.
Number one, I have a cold sore.
Ew.
Number two,
Who
exactly.
kissed you when you were a baby? Gross.
I need to know. Number two, I washed my hair last night and it's greasy today.
Same.
Those are the two things that like I'm just irritated about. If I let my hair air dry, it's greasy. If I don't like immediately blow dry it and I let it air dry, it's greasy. And last night after my shower, I let it air dry and now it's greasy today.
I thank God for the new slick back look, because if I do have to use dry shampoo, I have to put my hair in a
I
ponytail.
cannot pull that off.
So it does look just like the slick back look, but really it's just grease.
Yeah, that's just two simple things that irritate me.
Valid though.
My cold sore and my greasy hair.
I'm pissed off that I'm a mess this week. Both of Molly and I were texting earlier, and I was like, if we have to record on a different day, it's totally fine. And Molly was like, just whatever. Like,
No, I was like,
no,
we're totally fine.
that tells you how committed we are to you guys, because we have both equally roughed out a lot of things this week, but we're still here.
We're here.
Damn it. So,
Ready to go.
Yep.
Well, Kaitlyn, as the giver that she is,
mhm.
I came over and she was like, I have some surprises for us. Because
Yeah.
whenever we were getting everything set up, we were just shopping around and accidentally stumbled upon these like mystery bags.
Well,
And
I thought you were going to talk about our
oh, yeah, we can cut over to these real quick because they are kind of a focal
to the
point.
girls.
To the girls.
They're a strawberry shortcake, strawberry shit cake. I guess that's what they could be.
Dope. They are. It's a dope.
They're a strawberry shortcake. Dope. Me and Molly, our weekend was fantastic. So I don't
Yeah.
know what happened.
Something went awry.
So I got to looking on TikTok. I watched like 75 TikToks of antique shops and antique malls and thrift stores from Mississippi, Florida, Louisiana. I was like, we're going to go to New Orleans.
It's only 2 hours.
Yeah. And so I stumbled across this antique mall it's almost like an antique mall / indoor flea market
Mhm.
in Pensacola. Text Molly the next morning and was like, hey, I found this place. Are you down to go to Pensacola? And Molly was like, okay, when are you going to be here?
Yeah. I'm
So-
always down.
It was cool. They had 150 booths.
It was like 11,000 square feet of antiques.
Yes.
It was heaven.
We dillied. We dallied.
We dally.
And then we found this strip. So if you ever go to Pensacola, it's Navy Boulevard. There's a strip. We're going to go back. The next time we have the next weekend, we're going back.
So much fun.
And it had like 7 or 8 different antique shops, from like high-end, like bougie antiques to like weird
To
shit.
like where we got these.
Yes. And we got this pair for $15 for both of them together.
Everyone,
That's a steal.
it is. I need everyone to comment below names
Yes.
for our little ladies. You guys
Yeah.
name them. But what I was going to talk about first is whenever we're shopping, a few weekends ago, we accidentally stumbled upon these like little miniature like mystery bags, and
Yeah.
I don't care how old I am. I love to open something that's a surprise, and we had so much fun opening those off camera. Caitlin went last night and was like, "I found some more for us to open, and we're gonna open them on camera." And I was like, "Okay." So
Yeah.
we have 2 mini gift bags.
Yes. And then in the process of getting these, so I went to Dollar General because I love the yellow boutique
Mhm.
and blacked out.
Mm.
Spent
Surprise.
Brandy, if you're listening, no, you're not. So then I am a giver. And if I see,
Mhm.
if you know this about me, if I'm out and about and I see something that I think you'll like or that's for you, I'm going to get it for
Mhm.
you, whether it's your birthday or not, like whatever. I love giving people gifts. So I also have a bag of goodies for Molly that she's going to open on camera
Jeez
after we do
Louise.
these.
We just did the Christmas episode.
Yeah. It's probably going to become a problem and like every week I'm like, so anyways, the stuff I got Molly this week. But Molly knows that there's absolutely zero pressure for her to bring me anything because not that I could care less. And I love, love, love. Like
Mhm.
Molly brought me this little,
Poodle.
she got me this little poodle.
'Cause I found it and I said, "That matches her vibe
Yeah.
perfectly."
So like we'll get each other random stuff.
Yeah.
We are wanting to do these lovely ladies will be on our desk for the remainder of January
Yeah.
because we have the idea that once a month, like at the end of every month before we do our first episode of the coming month, that we would go to the thrift store and each get something that would either go well on our shelves or even just like the most random unhinged thing at the thrift store and give them to each other the first week of every month, and then they get to live
Yeah, they
on our
get their
desk.
have their place on the desk for the
And
month.
then that also will help us. My husband was like, "Hey, that will help y'all build stuff up for your shelf.
Mhm.
And at the end of the year, you can look back and you can see the
Mhm.
12 items that you had."
Love it. That's cute.
Love it. Okay, so enough of all of that.
I wanna open this mystery bag.
All right, which one do you want to do first?
Oh,
Okay, so the first one that we're going to open because Molly loves pickles. So again, I saw these and I said, "Oh my God, Molly, I'm praying that and if I get a pickle, I'll give it to you because that's how much I love you."
I love you. I'm very excited.
Because Molly loves cats and pickles.
Oh, there's a little 8-ball cat you can get. That's cute.
Uh,
Alright, I'm gonna
what
rip
about the
this
little
open.
gamer? That'd be perfect for
It
Jackie.
would be. Let's rip these open.
Okay, well,
What did I get? What did I get? I think that's a cat, but I don't know which one it is.
what is it?
I don't know.
Mine won't open.
It says Happy Tree. But I like it because it's weighted on the bottom and it can just sit.
Well, guess what?
What? You get a pickle?
You got a pickle because it's for you.
You got a pickle!
I got a pickle. And okay, let me read the little.
Cute!
Okay, so it has a little thing that tells you what it is. So this is my pickle. I think that's a pick. That's a pickle.
No,
No, it's a cat. Okay,
But it
it
looks
is a
like a
cat.
pickle. That's cute.
So this is. Does it tell you on here which one it is?
Yeah, on your sheet.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if like the little tag told it.
Oh, it does. It does.
Oh, it
Like
does.
a
What is?
Beanie Baby. Mine is Vista.
Oh, it's Topo Cat.
Cute! Oh,
It's
there's
cute.
4 on the back too. Holy moly.
Oh, look, mine has a cat and a pickle together on the back.
Oh, yeah, it's like a little heart. That is so freaking cute.
Ah, okay. On the shelf you
Love.
go to your new home.
Mine's gonna stay here for just this episode.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll leave them up here.
Yeah, no problem, Michelle.
So you can also enjoy. Yours is so cute.
I know, I like it.
Uh,
I like that. What's our
okay.
next one? Because you got 2
Yeah, because I can't. So because I love dogs. And
dogs.
no, I mean I don't love squirrels, but how cute would
I
the squirrels
do.
be? Okay. So these are dogs versus squirrels. Look at the freaking superhero dog on the back. I hope I get. And I also saw where they do have ones that are gay pride.
Be who you are. Oh my God. Look at the hair on the thing.
OMG.
I love it.
Molly, that's a good one.
Caitlin, it's like a little it has a bow and a comb and a bobby pin. You better stop.
Oh my gosh, mine is a Girl Scout or a Boy Scout. It's got like
Oh
the
my
little
God. Cookies.
it's got the cookies.
That's
It's
so
a girl, it's
cute.
like a Girl Scout. And it's got the little badge.
That is precious.
Stop it right now.
This is Jennifer.
Oh, all right.
I love her.
I love how look at the dippy. It's like an ice cream cone.
Oh my god, those are so fun.
Petite. I know y'all can't see these, but they are so freaking good.
These are good. I love those.
Yes. Okay. Well, it is gonna be my life mission now to collect every single
I
one of
know
these.
they're like gonna be the new Beanie Babies.
I feel like it heals my inner child.
I think that's why I love stuff like that. Is it's like a little healing of your inner child. Oh,
Yeah,
Jennifer,
because
Jennifer fell down.
it's like I have adult money now, and so I can
Mm-hmm.
buy myself these things now.
Sure enough.
Okay. Oh, let
Oh,
me give you your.
oh me.
Okay. Also, a moment for the bag,
Oh,
and you can keep the
cute.
bag as well.
That's cute.
So I love
Oh, it matches our
collecting.
swan rug.
Yeah, it does. I love collecting. Like every time I go to TJ Maxx or Home Goods, I'm not leaving the checkout without a new one. Those bags are so
Mm-hmm.
versatile.
Yep.
I love
All
them.
right. I'm gonna dig in.
Okay. It's kind of right. And two of the things I got one, we both have one of those.
Oh, it's the little balloon dog. Look at the straw.
Dollar General, y'all, and it's glass.
20s.
It's not even
Ooh.
plastic. It's glass.
I wish if I knew it was clean, I'd put my Diet Coke in it, but
I didn't wash it.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
trust no, don't be sorry. I don't trust the general. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Oh, just wait.
She knows I love the little stuffy.
And it's got a little
This little
heart.
dinosaur. So cute. This is gonna live right on my shelf. Or
Yep.
you know what? Maybe even in my chair with me, actually.
Yep. I can't
Um
wait for you to open the to get the other stuffy. Yeah.
Salt and
And
pepper shaker.
sorry, Jackie, because I just bought Molly like 17 salt and pepper shakers.
Oh, I don't have any avocado ones though. For you guys who don't know, I collect salt and pepper shakers.
Mm-hmm.
I have, you name it, I probably have them. Caitlin went to Cracker Barrel not too long ago and came back with a bag full.
I could drop $1,000 in the Cracker Barrel gift shop.
I love them. And
Yeah.
they're like $1 something there. They're cheap.
Yeah. Oh, that's for Joe.
Yes, that's for Joe. I did know about this.
Yep. Shout out to you, Joe. I thought about you, girl.
But I do love a color book also.
I looked for you one, but none. But look what it says on the side. How fitting for that.
We're 2 peas in a pod.
2 peas on a pod.
Shut up. 2 peas on a pod. That might be my favorite item I've ever received. For
So,
candy.
remember how I was saying I wanted to try to find like a gumball machine?
Yeah.
I have one of those too in pink. It's
Oh,
down here for our shelves.
Amazing. A mushroom?
It's just a little mushroom for your shelf.
Yeah.
Because Molly also loves mushrooms.
I do love a mushroom. Perfect. Is this the slingshot?
Yeah, it's poop. So you can throw it at Jackie.
Oh,
It's flying poo.
it's sticky and stretchy.
It's poo-doo, flying poo.
Poo-doo, flying poo.
You're welcome, Jackie.
Bombs away.
Yep.
That's fun. And I'm
It's
I'm
a
gonna
poop
use it.
slingshot.
You know
Is
I'm
that
gonna
everything?
use
I think
it.
that's everything.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. You're
You're
so
welcome.
thoughtful.
You're welcome. Well, I know that so Molly and I talk every day.
Yeah.
But we've had a lot going on this week. And so we've just like random text back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to know, how was your week?
It was not bad. Like you said, our weekend was great. Me and Caitlin had a great weekend.
Mhm.
Went to dinner Friday, went antiquing Saturday. What did I do Sunday? I think Sunday was pretty chill.
I think we both just like chilled and did resets on our house. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was pretty chill. I've been like kind of blah this week. Like nothing necessarily is like wrong or anything like that. I've just
Yeah.
been kind of like low energy the past few days.
Are we in like a moon phase or something?
Honestly, I think it's this way for a lot of people because we're coming down off of the holidays and you have to think we're like go, go, go and like stressed out and there's like so much stimulation from everything going on.
Yeah.
And so like we're literally just like resetting. And I think that can kind of like not like bring some people down, but we're like leveling back out. So it's kind of like low energy.
It's like you're coming off your high.
Right. So
Yeah.
I think like a lot of people deal with this like right after Christmas and New Year's when we're kind of like getting back to normal. You're like, well, this sucks because like now there's nothing fun. Now we're
Yeah.
just back to work and life.
Yeah.
So I think that's really all it is for me. What about you? How was your week?
Well,
Tell me all about it. I wanna know everything.
okay. It was back to reality for me because I was off for 2 weeks straight, so
Yeah, that I know that was
felt.
real hard on you.
Uh, it was back to reality for me and just getting back, and then Randy also is out of town. He doesn't come
Mhm.
home until next Wednesday. So sometimes there are for the most part, it's good. It's okay when he's gone,
Yeah.
but then there are weeks where, like, my dog eats my other dog's dog food,
Mm.
and it upsets his stomach. So I'm cleaning that up and threw every towel away in my house this week and just that. But more so is this we obviously this is very lighthearted, but if you've listened to any of our previous episodes, you know that there are sometimes things that we talk about
Mhm.
that are real life.
Yeah.
We want to be real and vulnerable with you guys. And I don't ever want to, me and Molly have both agreed it's a safe enough space with this that if we're going through something in our personal life and we're maybe just not feeling it that week, we're gonna always show it for you guys, but I'm also gonna be real and vulnerable if there's something that we're struggling with
Yeah.
or, I mean, we have our boundaries, obviously, and we it's not where we're just gonna come on here and trauma dump all the time. But I think that it's real and relatable to not just come on here every week and just be bubbly,
Yeah.
like just be on, I guess you could say, the whole time.
Absolutely, and, like you said, we said it from the beginning that the most as far as, like, scripted it's gonna be is us just kinda having a general idea of where we want each episode to, like kinda like a theme per se, but,
Yeah.
like, never scripted to the point of, everything we're gonna say. So it is, like you said, unscripted and real, and sometimes it gets vulnerable, sometimes it gets emotional, sometimes it might get a little controversial, and that's
Yeah.
just what it is.
Yep. And I appreciate being able to have this space. Okay. I'm gonna get into it. So if you've watched any of the episodes, you know that my sister passed away. April of this year will be 2 years ago. It changed me as a person in a lot of ways. It was very traumatic. I will never I talk about my sister passing away, but my sister, for a few reasons, I will not go in depth of that time. One, because my sister was a very private person when she was alive, and so I will respect that in her death. That's just how I feel. She also has children, and she has a young child, and the internet is forever, and anything I don't want her to come across the video one day and be like, "Oh, my Aunt KK just straight blasted the whole experience of what it was like when my mom died." But I will talk about some of it because I think not only did I deal with the grief and of loss of my sister, there's a lot of PTSD around the loss of my sister, and Molly knows this because Molly was my first phone call. My husband was home, during that time, but when I got the phone call that I needed to get home because my sister was in the hospital and there was just a lot of what is happening, and so I called Molly, and I can, like, kinda laugh about it now because I think I try to put myself in Molly's shoes because I called her, it was, like, 5:30 in the morning, and I'm
Mhm.
just screaming into the phone, and she was like, "What?"
Well, my first question was, "Are you okay? Is Randy okay?" Those are my first 2
Yeah,
questions. Like, and then, of course, I was like, "Where are you? I need to know, are you at home so I can get to you? Like, tell me where you
yeah,
are." I knew y'all were okay,
yeah,
that y'all were okay. Next question is, "Okay, where are you? And so I can get to you."
yeah. I knew that I had like, I needed to get home, but and when I say get home, 3.5 hours away.
Yeah.
And I don't remember getting to Dothan because I do remember just going 90 miles an hour the entire time on the interstate at, like, 9 o'clock in the morning. There's a lot of things, the week of my that led up to from the time I got home until my sister passed away that were just very traumatic and that I think will be etched into my brain for the rest of my life. And sometimes I put them in a box on a shelf in my brain, and sometimes it gets knocked over and they spill out. And that's okay.
Mhm.
But I have struggled really, really bad in my grief lately. And it's just been hard. I think that I sometimes I will like hyperfixate on it and I
Mhm.
will play that week over and over and over in my head. I think to me, it's like me trying to figure out like an alternate where she lives.
Yeah.
And she she's she did it. But it did change me in a lot of ways. I don't want to say it hardened me, but it did to an extent because you can't see see the things that I saw and go through the things that I did, or me and my siblings and my mom, my whole family. It's not just me. I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Um, but you can't experience something like that and like it not affect you. But I never knew to the extent. Like I lost my dad, and I told that story in episode 1, but it was not. I mean
Yeah.
it was
It
nothing like
yeah,
this. I
be
mean, he
different.
knew because it wasn't just yes, I was her sister, but she was a wife, she was a mother, she was a daughter, and there's nothing natural about being in the room with your mom and her child is dying. There's just not.
Yeah.
And so I think that it was just different than my dad. We've went our whole lives and you know that you're gonna bury your grandparents, you're gonna bury your parents. Hopefully they never have to bury you. So it's like you are conditioned to like know that you're gonna lose these people someday. But I guess we
Mhm.
just never stopped, especially as young as we all still are. We never stopped to think that we wouldn't have them
Well,
like we wouldn't be in each
right,
other's lives
right.
someday. And so that was really hard. And but the one thing Molly kept me sane during that week. Um, she would text me because I slept on the floor a couple of nights next to her bed in the like me and my mom and my sister Stacy, like we when you would have had to have pried us out of that room with her. So I was like sleeping on the floor. I was not eating because I have a very nervous stomach, which I've been very open about. And so
She does.
there was a bathroom in the room, but was people in there at all times. And so I was like, "Oh my god, if I get an upset stomach, there's bigger fish to fry than people having to worry about me having explosive diarrhea in this freaking bathroom." So like I didn't have an appetite. So there was 2 places in the hospital that I was in the most those 2 days that I'll never forget. They had obviously the hospital had a chapel, and so I was in there a lot. I do remember that I think there was a family that was trying to come in and pray, and I was having it was where it was like a reality, like she's she's not gonna make it out of this hospital. There was a reality, and I was just fully breaking down, screaming,
Yeah.
crying, praying to God, all of the things. And they went to open the door, and they kinda walked in, and then they were like,
You're
"Oh,"
just like,
they literally I heard them, they go, "Oh, not a good time." And they walked out, and I just if you're that family, I'm so sorry that you had to
"Don't be
experience
sorry,
that.
you were having a moment, don't be sorry."
Because they literally, like, were like, "Okay, like, we're gonna go in here and, like, quietly pray." And then I walked past the chapel a couple times, and I could hear people talking there, so I was like, "Oh my god." And it was, like, in the lobby of this, like, when you first walk into the hospital, like, there's, like, a Starbucks and then the chapel. So, like, all these people that are walking to the elevators are hearing me just scream in
You
this
know
chapel.
what? That's fine.
But there was a little, bench in the parking, um like, you get on these stairs, and it was, like, a little cubby, like, you could hide away. And it was in, like, in the parking garage, like, the first floor of the parking garage, and so when I would need to just have a minute, I would go down and I would call Molly, and she'd be like, "Caitlin, have you ate? If I had to send Sandy K up there with food, I will, but, like, because you need to eat. Like, are you eating?" Like, she was checking on me. This is where I think that as hard as it has been for me these last few weeks and my just missing my sister, it not being fair that she's not here, especially to see her child grow up. And the love that I have, not just for her, but for my other siblings, like, when I tell you that if God and I ask him, if God would have given me the choice to give my life so she could see her child grow up in a heartbeat, I would have. And that goes for any of my siblings, especially the ones who have children. But as hard as this week has been, I had a kind of a moment the other night and I heard Molly's voice in my head. Um, because it was true. When Molly, if you don't ever know anything about our friendship, it's that we don't sugarcoat anything with each other. We just don't.
Yeah.
And all week long, I'd heard from people saying it's God's will. She's in a better place now. You can't tell me that there was a better place for her to be than with her child. You couldn't. So I'd heard that all week long. And so when I called, I'll never forget it. When I called Molly to tell her that she had just passed away, all I could say to Molly was, "Molly, I'll never be the same. I will never be the same. I Part of me died in there in that room when she did. And I don't think I'll ever be the same. Like I'm changed forever." And Molly said, "You are. You are. And it's gonna really suck for probably a long time. And it's gonna be hard. but I need you to know that you're gonna be okay. You are, and she would want you to be. She'd want all of you to be. And so I am. Even though I'm crying right now, I am okay. And I've always been a very outgoing person, the loudest person in the room. I will talk to a brick wall. I'm just a people person. I am. And I lost my spark for a long time, and that was hard. And I have found it again. And it's a lot to thanks to this. And my husband even said, he said, Caitlin, you were the happiest that you have been since your sister died. You have laughed more in these last few months than I've heard you. And that's as your husband, it makes me just so happy because you've been a shell of yourself for so long. And so even when it's hard, I'm just reminded of what Molly said that I'm going to be okay. And it's just a season.
Yeah, grief doesn't
Yeah.
and that is the thing with grief, is you don't get to choose when it rears its head.
No.
It just it
It hit me too, and what
yeah.
was so crazy, in the beginning stages of it, I was over myself and over my grief. So I knew that other people I was like, "If I'm over it, I know other people around me are over it, you gotta pull yourself out of this and not be stuck in it." But it was hard. Christmas was hard, I think because last year was our, like, for the 2024, that Christmas, it was still so fresh that I think that we were all just still in this, like, haze.
Yeah, like a
But I think the
fog, yeah.
dust has settled, and so it was like this was the first Christmas where it was like waiting for her to walk through the door even, and, like, that's how your mind it's so weird
Yeah.
how your mind processes grief,
Mhm.
because there are times, like, there have been some big life events that have happened, marriages, baby, I mean, just things happening that she's not there for, and so but it in all of these events, I still find myself looking at the door like, "She's late. She's just running late. She'll" and she never does. But we were in the antique store and I was taking pictures of this. My mom had this Noah's Ark fountain. I almost bought it. But it was like, you see stuff like that when you're antiquing or thrifting. They're like, oh my God, my grandma had that or my mom had that. And so I was taking pictures of it. And I rounded the corner and on this shelf, Christy loved frogs. And there was these canisters that she kept on her kitchen counter forever that had frogs on them, and it hit me just right there, and for a brief second, I think because my camera, like, my phone was still up because I was taking pictures of stuff to send, like, to my mom or other Brandy or whatever, and so, for a split second, my mind went, "Oh my god, I gotta text these to Christy," and I couldn't.
Yeah. And that's it that'll never go away.
No.
I mean, it's not the same, but, like, I still even do that with Nana. Like, if I'm, like, trying to remember how to cook something, I'd be like, "Oh, I need to call," and, like, stop myself, like, "Oh, I need to call her to remember how to do this." And so, I don't think that'll ever go away, but you can,
No.
just
But then I think about it too, where it's like, I used to and Molly can tell you, I used to could not talk about my dad without just sobbing. And as time has gone on, I don't know that it'll ever be that way with her just because it was so different
Mhm.
and our relationship was a lot different. As sisters, there's not a person in this world that knows you more
No.
than your
Mm-mm.
siblings. Especially when it comes like sisters. I don't know. It's just different. Um, so yeah, I have been in that grief. And it's the first time like I think about her every single day. There's not a day that goes by that I do not think about my sister, and I will talk about her forever because I never want to forget her. And I feel like I also me and my siblings and my family have an obligation to her to keep her memory alive
Mm,
so that her child always knows about her and who she was and how amazing she was. And so I will forever talk about her even when it's hard because even in moments like this, I still get to remember her. And I don't think I would get upset. Someone told me right after she died, this little old customer came in my office and he said that without love there is no grief. And the harder you grieve, it's because of the harder that you loved. And
ooh,
I just know I loved you. I loved her a whole hell of a lot then. So yeah, that's just me being real and vulnerable. And then I know there are people out there that resonate with this of where I have just been, time and life doesn't stop for anything.
mm,
And so yes, time has gone on and I've gotten really good about not just, I don't have just mental breakdowns all the time anymore, but it just has hit me out of nowhere. And so I
mm,
have been just rolling with it. Um But I'm really glad that we have created this space where I can be vulnerable like this, but that also it gives me almost an escape from it. And I
Yeah,
have something to look forward to every week. And
absolutely.
I have felt more like myself in doing this than I have in a really, I feel like I have my spark back.
She would be first of all, she would be our biggest fan.
She would.
She would be our
She
biggest
would be
fan.
our biggest fan, but I could hear her voice. She was very private, and I could hear her where she would call me to tell me how much she liked the episode. But if I would have mentioned her, she'd be like, "Now, bitch, don't be telling my business
Don't be
out
telling
there,
my
because the
business
minute
out
you
there.
tell my business, you gonna hear it. Because if us girls couldn't do nothing else, it was check each other and cuss each other the hell out. And so if she would have even thought that I was telling some of her business, she'd have called me quick and been like, I bet you better not be talking about me on that
I have some
podcast.
lovely Christy stories, but they're kept in my back pocket for that reason. She ain't finna get me.
And I can hear her too, where she's like, me and my sister Stacey joke about all the time where we're like, Christy would love to know that we're doing nothing but talking about her all the time. She would love
Love
that.
it.
She would. She would be like, look at them down there, just all they got to do is talk about me. She would have loved that. And she was my biggest cheerleader. And I think that's what
Mhm.
makes it even harder is because she was my biggest cheerleader. All of my siblings are very supportive of me, but she rode hard for me.
I think I first of all, I love to hear you tell stories and talk, but especially about Christy. I'll never get tired of hearing you talk about her because for one, like you said, it is important to keep her memory alive for yourself, for her children, like for just it's fine and good to talk about her. It's good for you to talk about it, but like it's also good to do it on a platform because even if we only have 40 listeners, one of those 40 listeners might also be in the throes of grief.
Yep.
And the way I see it is grieve loudly. If that is how you need to do it, if that's what helps you, grieve loudly. Like, and that's for anyone. Don't feel like you have to like keep it inside and grieve quietly because that's you just shouldn't have to do that.
Because it is the most isolating thing that
Yeah.
I've ever experienced, because even though there are people who lived her death with me, it's not something that I just pick up the phone constantly and wanna just constantly bring that up to others. So, like, there are, and, like, for me, it was really isolating, and something I struggled with really bad after the fact was that I'm 3.5 hours away from my entire family, and so I also just came back to not being around them. Like, in my grief after she passed away, I got my car and came back 3.5 hours away, and it felt even more isolating, and then I struggled really hard, and that's a story for another time, but I struggled really hard in my decision to move here after she died, and a lot of regret around a lot of things. So it was even more so isolating in that sense. So it's something that, like, I don't, like, ever like to just randomly bring up, um, and have just deal with it a lot. But I will say, I had people around me that in the beginning of it said, "You cannot, um, do this alone. You
Mm-mm.
have to talk to someone." And so therapy, I've been in it before, but it truly is what got me through
Mhm.
that and Lexapro. And Christy, you broke the barrier.
My God, she broke the Lex.
She broke
She
the
did a little bit. She did
barrier.
a little bit for me because I was like,
So don't ever be afraid to talk to someone.
no,
There's no shame in it. There's
mm-mm.
no shame in taking medication to not feel like you're absolutely losing your mind, because the alternative is much worse. So,
Absolutely.
yes, I just wanted to talk about that
Yeah.
because
And I appreciate you for sharing that and being vulnerable with that because like I said, even if it's one person out there who's going through grief, the throes of grief, to just know that they're not alone. So absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. I
yes.
have a little Cynthia and Ariana moment. Hold space for you.
Thank you. Okay. Well, I can't, honestly though, I can't believe it took me this long to cry on the podcast, because while I also suffer from IBS, I suffer from IBC. I be crying.
She do be crying.
I be crying.
She do be
So
crying.
I'm kudos to me for making it episode 9.
You know what? I am pretty proud.
The only other time that I choked up was whenever I realized we never lived together again.
That is pretty sad. Well, like, not to totally change course, but you mentioned therapy.
Yep. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about therapy. I've seen a lot of therapists in my day. A lot.
Some, for me, court appointed as a kid.
Yeah. I've I've tried a lot of therapists. I think therapy is amazing.
Yeah.
I think even if you haven't lived what they call, this is what therapists talk is, big T trauma, even if you haven't lived big T trauma, it's still good to just like go to therapy to just like vent about like everyday stuff.
Yeah.
To like someone who's like outside of your circle to have like an outside perspective, just like a different opinion on things. I think therapy is great. For me, I have a little bit of a problem with opening up. We're not going to go too much into that, but I want to talk about some therapy phrases that we like that you love.
Okay.
For me, the ones I hate
Yeah,
specifically,
me and Molly
but
are versed enough in this to know the ones that we both hate and love.
there are a few that I love, but there's a few that I hate.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Molly are pretty versed in, experts of
Mhm.
therapy.
Mhm.
So, that is a good idea to share.
I got some that I really hate. You want to hear?
Yep.
So my first one is let's sit with that. No, I want to get up out of this chair and I want to run out of this room.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit.
I've been sitting in it, that's why I'm
I've been
here.
sitting in it.
Yeah.
Let's sit with that.
This
No,
diaper has been dirty and needs to be changed. Change
change
me.
me.
Please change. That's
Please.
what I'm paying you to do. I need to be changed when I leave here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another one is have you tried journaling? And the reason I hate that, if I wish I could journal, but I'm just not a journaling person. Like I have to have
No.
like a guided journal in a way, but I can't. I'm not a person who can just sit there with a blank journal and just write. Like that I've
No.
never been able to do that. It does the opposite. It stresses me out.
Yeah.
Cuz I'm like, what if somebody finds this and reads it and my grammar's not right? No. I'm not a
I
journal
was never
girl.
even really a diary girly as a kid.
Mm-mm.
No.
No, I love a guided journal. Like I
Yeah.
have like a shadow work journal that I got for Christmas, and it's so cool because it's really guided. So those I love. But if it's just like a blank, like you said, like a diary or a journal, can't do it. Stresses me out.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done one like with like scripture or Bible
Hmm.
journaling,
Hmm.
but it has to be guided like that.
Yeah.
Like I can't just, I love that there are people that can just sit down and choose like a random chapter in the
Yeah.
Bible that they can read and then like write down their thoughts about it. But I'm way too ADHD for
Yeah.
that, even when it comes to Jesus. Sorry, he made me that way. God
Sorry.
made me that way. Talk
Sorry.
to him about it.
Sorry, Jesus.
Yeah, journal in your journal and ask him why he made me that way. I don't know. Those are good ones though.
I think I have like two more in my brain that I want to share.
Okay.
That's just your anxiety talking. Duh.
Yeah. She never shuts up.
That's all I hear.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's Patricia.
She never shuts up.
Yeah.
And, like, the last one that I heard a lot that I really hate is you have to feel it to process it and get past it. I don't wanna feel it. I don't want to.
Mm-mm.
And to be thoroughly open and honest and just fully transparent, that's why I'm taking a little break from therapy because I'm not a huge fan of, like, feeling those big feelings.
Mhm.
So, you have to feel it to process it. I know that. I don't wanna do it. So, those are some therapy phrases that I hate.
There's nothing wrong with taking a break.
Taking a little break.
Yeah.
Taking a long break. You
Yeah.
did like, your therapist ever say anything to you that you just wanna walk out,
Yeah.
that you, like, hate?
Yeah.
Or that you love, actually?
I used to see it, so forever I had only ever seen female therapist
Mhm.
and my new therapist is a male. Um
Maybe that's what I'm
and
doing wrong.
I have not been to see him in a while, so I'll also be transparent on that. Like I started seeing him for grief.
Right, right.
Um and so I'd unpacked a lot of other things with prior therapists that didn't need to be really revisited. So, like, I
Mhm.
mainly saw him for grief, but it was totally different. I didn't think that I would like, I'm just being honest, I didn't think that I would like having a male. Um,
I don't think I ever have either. Maybe I should
I'm
try it.
telling you, I liked him because he told me like the first session, he was basically like, I'm kind of an asshole. I was like, I'm great.
Same.
I could get this treatment at home for free. You sound like my husband. Great. But I love him. So, yeah, but he would say stuff sometimes where I would be like, because he would harp on me about you cannot control other people's perspective of you.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I want to be in control of everything all the
But
time.
all I worry about 24/7 is how other people not just perceive me, but if I think people are my biggest struggle in life is that I think that everyone is mad at me 24/7. I think that people go home and pick apart every conversation we just had at that party when they don't. They don't probably remember what we talked about because I talk so
No,
much.
people are too wrapped up in their own selves, honestly, to like
So that was a barrier he just kind of gave up, honestly. He was like, "We have bigger fish to fry right now. You brought that up, but we'll unpack that later." And we never did. So, I don't know that that'll ever change about me. He would always say, "Thoughts are just thoughts."
well, yeah, but those bad boys are powerful sometimes.
Yeah, but my brain never shuts off,
Mm-mm.
and they're racing. Them bitches are on a marathon. And so he would say, "I mean, thoughts are just thoughts at the end of the day."
Yeah, but
Like,
they're really
but
powerful
there
and really
is no end
loud.
of the day. They're literally I'm laying there counting sheep, and they're still running around. So those are the only 2 that he really would hit me all the time with that I would just be like, "Okay, whatever.
Whatever.
Is this hour almost up?
Like
What's
you've
yeah,
pissed me off now.
what's
I
our
need to go.
time?"
You've pissed me off. I need to go.
Yeah.
Did he tell you any that you actually like loved and still like use or think about that you
Um,
actually like?
yeah, he was really cool. He would play the guitar randomly. He would take his shoes off and just be have his socks on. He was like it was
Me as a
so chill.
therapist.
He would take his shoes off. He would he would sometimes like he'd be like, "Hold on, this is my doctor's office call. I can't miss this call." He was like, it was just so relaxed. One of the things that he would say is that 2 things can be true at the same time. That was a big one for me that he would say like it can it can suck, but it can be the hardest thing you've ever been through, but it could also be good for you, type thing. So
Yeah.
he would say like there are two things can be true at the same time, and you can always choose. There can be 2 different perspectives of pretty much anything. So I really
I
liked when he
like
would say
that.
that one.
Yeah.
And then it would not necessarily like I liked it, but I liked that he would never force me to talk about things ever.
Yeah.
He was not one that would say, "Well, how does that make you feel?" Those words never have come out of his mouth, and I love him for that.
Yeah.
He's never once asked me, "Well, how does that make you feel?"
Why do you think I'm here?
Ever.
Like shit. It makes me feel like shit.
I'm
That's
gonna
why
give
I'm
you
here.
his phone number.
Maybe you
Okay.
should. Maybe you should.
So he would never be like, "Okay, well, how does that make you feel?" Like he was just not a traditional. He was just I don't know, he was just different. But he would say he would stop me and go, "Okay, let's unpack that later. That's a lot." I think because he was so brash and he was just so real with me because I would just start rambling.
Yeah.
And so he would be like, "Hold up. Let's just unpack that later. Maybe that's for a different, like, we're on this today. You just uncovered something that we do need to talk about."
Oh, he kind of kept you on track.
Yeah. And so he would say, "That needs to be unpacked, but let's unpack it later."
Let's put it on the shelf, unpack it
And
later.
I really appreciate him for that. And I love because, like, it would help keep me like, okay, this is what's really bothering you today, this week. Until next week,
Mm-hmm.
let's get to taking care of what's on the forefront right now. That's some deep rooted shit. You've been living with that for a hot minute. You can wait another fucking week.
you can wait another week or
Yeah.
two.
Yeah. You should have unpacked that about 3 therapists ago. Don't put that shit on me. You told me you were here for grief,
Leave
and
that
now we're
on the
talking
shelf.
about fucking daddy issues.
Leave that on the shelf.
So those are the 2 things that he would say. Not necessarily a therapist, but him and I actually unpacked this too, was that I hate the phrase once a cheater, always a cheater. Because he used it in an analogy when we were talking about something as an example. And he said, sometimes that could be the case, but with not just cheating, but like with other things, is that how unfair is it to make maybe a mistake and then you're just branded for that for the rest of your life? That's just an example of how you can make a mistake and other people you could completely change as a person because he also was like, if you're willing, everyone is able to change if you're willing to.
Mhm.
Yeah, I liked that that was how he used it as an example of like when I would talk about certain things that whether I had done myself or that other people had done, he would say, okay, but just because they maybe made that mistake, is it fair that that has to follow them for the rest of their life and they're
Yeah,
only known or branded as
that is a
that?
good analogy.
I'm probably make an appointment after if you're watching this, which I know that he's not, but if you're watching this, I'll call you next week. He probably just saw me on here crying and was like, "Yeah,
It's been a long
it's
time,
been a while, girl."
Caitlin.
Yeah. So yeah, I probably should call him. Another thing I really liked about him too was that I felt the most comfortable with him to say the most wild shit and like intrusive thought and never feel judged because I don't care what you say. Therapists do judge you. They probably go home and yeah, that's fine because I would judge me too. But I liked that I could say wild, intrusive thoughts or tell him things that made me anxious. And even sometimes he'd be like, damn, he would just say, damn, that's wild.
I have some real wild anxiety thoughts. Like,
Yeah, I have some wild,
real
intrusive thoughts.
wild anxiety thoughts
Well, I want to hear
that
some
feel
of
weird.
them now that we're on the subject.
One of them, and I experienced it on my way here. Y'all are really gonna think I'm off the wall, but sometimes I have, like a lot of them are irrational fears,
Yeah.
but I have this irrational fear that I'm gonna be at a red light with someone, and they're just gonna, like, shoot me through the window for no reason. They're just gonna take me out through my driver's side window for no reason.
That's valid.
Um, Another one is this is a kind of a common one, I feel like, like, what if I'm just, like, a really bad person and no one's figured it out yet? Like, what if I don't know and other people just haven't figured it out yet, but I'm just a really shitty person?
Well, I could say
Like, no one has figured it out yet. I don't even know, but I'm just, like, a really bad person. That's one.
well, let me validate you in that you're the farthest thing from a really bad person. If there's either one of us in this friendship who should be having that thought, it's not Molly.
So, another really off the wall one, it also has to do with driving, is sometimes sometimes I'm like
Sometimes I run.
sometimes I cry. Is like, what if I ran someone over and I didn't realize it and the police are gonna come knocking at my door? Like, tell me I ran somebody over. And then I like replay my head, I'm like, was that a speed bump? Like,
Yeah.
what if it wasn't a
What
speed
if it
bump?
was a speed
What
bump?
if that speed bump in my subdivision that's always been a speed bump was a human?
Or someone's dog? I think about it more about an animal than I do people,
I'm like,
honestly.
what if this
What if I just killed someone's family dog?
what if that's a lot about anxiety thoughts is what if? And I think like one more like really kind of unhinged one that I have is if I'm like really relaxed, the back of my brain is like, you can't be too relaxed or something wild and crazy and bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, like things are going way
Dude,
too
things are going
good.
way too good.
Yeah.
Don't relax too much
Yeah.
or something really bad's gonna happen.
It's like how they say never fill up your, tank because as soon as you do, then your car will something'll happen.
That is so crazy that you said that because when I totaled out my Ford Focus that I have, I loved that car
It was a
so
little
much.
jelly bean. I
It
loved
was a
that
little jelly
car.
bean. I had 4 brand new tires and a full tank of gas when I totaled that car.
See?
I
See?
did.
It's
I
valid.
had my mom had gotten me new tires for Christmas, so I had 4 new tires and a full tank of gas when I totaled that car. Someone ran a red light and hit me and totaled it, and I was so mad because I was like, "I had a full tank of gas in there
And brand new tires.
and brand new tires."
So you're just siphoning out the gas at the junkyard.
Yeah,
Gas
and
cans.
to make it even worse, I had just gotten a large iced coffee from Dunkin'. It was full. Had just gotten that bad boy. I was on my way to work, and when we collided, the iced coffee just exploded everywhere. So I lost my coffee, lost my gas, lost my tires. So you're right.
Yeah.
Damn.
And a side note, it's not an intrusive thought, but a thought that I have, and I don't think you can't, but it makes me appreciate what I have now and how far I have come because there are times now where I'll be you don't know until you've struggled in life. Um, like I'll be at the gas pump and I'll click the thing down to just let the gas run, and I'll
Yeah.
just go sit in my car and play on my phone. And when I hear it cut off, I'm like, I'm in a place in my life, and I have been here for a long time, so I don't know why, but I think I'll just never go away. Where every now and then I'll just be like, there was a time in my life where me and Molly were looking for change
Change,
under the seat of
baby.
my car, praying that I
Mm.
could, there was a time where do I put gas in my car or do I eat dinner tonight when I was, young and living on my own at 16, 17 years old. So there are times like that where it's like those little winks of gratitude that I think, damn, I've made it. And who would
I
have known that having the pleasure of being able to just have a full tank of gas
Yeah.
whenever you want it. But
I do that sometimes, but it's like if I'm going grocery shopping or even like on a TJ Maxx run, I'm like, what if in the time that I was in this store, someone drained my bank account and my card's gonna decline in front of
me
everyone?
and Stacy
So
talked
so
about this. That's
I'll be
wild.
like, knowing that the account is fine, but I'll be like in the store, be like on my bank app, like trying to
Yes.
hide it from other people, being like, let me make sure someone did not hack my account while I was in the store.
We were at TJ Maxx and something was going on with their system, and like my sister checked out before me, and so she was just waiting for me, and I was like sweating bullets, and we got to the car, and I was like, Stacy, thank God. She was like, what? And I was like, I have every single time, I could have $1 million in
Yeah.
my
Oh
bank
yeah. It
account,
doesn't matter how much
but
is in there.
I'll be standing there and just staring, looking at the person and
Wait for it to
staring,
say approved.
waiting for it to say approved. I shit myself that my card's gonna get declined
Yes.
every time I
Every
run
time.
it.
No matter how much money I know is in the account, I will sometimes be like in the store like this so no one sees like, let me see how much is in the account because I just
Yeah.
need to make sure that it's not gonna decline.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then I married the polar opposite of that. My husband just swipes that thing like it's unlimited.
Jackie always says, "You know what the bank account looks like." True.
Yeah.
What's another unhinged anxiety thought that you have?
Okay. I have
I was about to say, I know you got some more in there.
yeah,
I know you do.
plenty. So one of mine is also around driving, and this is where I don't even think Molly's probably about to uncover the truth behind why I never drive my car with other people in it. Can you believe it? So the real reason that I don't drive my own car with other people in the car is that I've always had I won't say my biggest, but one of my biggest fears in this world, not even just, not necessarily with adults, but with children, like my nieces and nephews or other people's children, is if as soon as someone else gets in my car and I'm behind the wheel, in my mind, I
Mm.
play out a scenario to where even if the accident is not my fault, I kill the people in my car, that they die in the car accident, and it will be my fault. Like, more so with kids. Like, I hate having other people's kids in my car
Yeah.
because I have these irrational thoughts that what if we get in an accident, even though it's completely not my fault? Someone just rams into my car or some freak accident happens. It's out of my control. But if something bad not even just die, but like if something bad happens to them, I will never forgive myself and the other person will never forgive me, even if it was just an accident. And that runs through my mind the entire time they're in my car.
Oh, that's stressful.
Yeah.
That's stressful.
Yep. So that's probably my biggest one. Another one that I have that's pretty often is I have an irrational fear that if I leave my dogs at home, that my house is going to burn down and they're not going to get out.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
about that all
Mm.
the time.
Which, I said it before, but I work from home, so I don't have that quite as much. But we have a little nanny cam for our dog. So when we're not home, if we're both gone somewhere together, one of us is like constantly like peeking in on them on the nanny cam
Yeah.
because we're just overprotective
And I don't know why,
mothers.
even living here, especially, I shouldn't have that fear because I live on like a family compound and I know all of my neighbors. So if they even saw like an ounce of smoke, they would be over here quick. But I don't know. I have that irrational
Mm.
fear. And then I don't really know. There's so many.
I was gonna say I could go on forever.
But those are my two that like really, really are like like wild,
Yeah.
intrusive thoughts that I think about on a regular
Everyone
basis.
has them. We're just blasting ours to
Yeah.
the internet, but everyone has them.
Not even intrusive thoughts, because I have a lot of those. But there's also when you have someone who lives with anxiety, and I think that will resonate with a lot of people, is that there are things, and it's like both with anxiety and ADHD. My ADHD more so because of like ADHD paralysis is a
Mhm.
real thing.
Yes.
With my ADHD paralysis and anxiety, there are so many mundane things that where they may be mundane to other people and like simple tasks that the thought of them stresses me the hell out.
Yeah. Yes, 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 yes.
I don't know.
I got a million of those bad boys.
Okay, well, let's
First
hear
one.
them.
First one. Parking somewhere you've never been. Like, trying to, like, figure out the parking situation to somewhere I've never been, like, especially if I know it's in, like, a downtown area,
Oh,
nothing fills my chest with more anxiety of, like, do I have to parallel park? Because I can't do that. If you ask me to parallel park, I'm not going.
nope.
Is it gonna be parallel parking? Do I need to pay to park? Is it gonna be just, like, an easy parking lot? Like, I hate not knowing the parking situation when I'm going to, like, an event or something big, like a store, that's fine, but, like, something that's downtown stresses me out
And me and Molly
so
live
bad.
downtown, but the one-way streets, I never figured out the
Yeah,
one-ways.
I
I would
hate
go the wrong way down a one-way all the time,
yeah, I
no
hate
matter
trying to
how
figure
long we
out
lived down there.
parking situations. Another thing is, like, ordering off of a new menu at a new restaurant. I
Yes!
like to look them up, like, if I know I'm going to a new place, I like to look it up beforehand.
It's not even a new place. If we go out to eat somewhere, I already know what I'm getting before I get there,
Oh,
9 times out of 10.
drive-throughs? Okay, when I go through a drive-through, most of the time, like, I like to know what I want, but if I am in the driver's side and I'm the orderer and I've got a car full of people and no one knows what they want, I feel like the person taking my order is getting so mad at me, being like, "Hurry up," and I'm like, hurry up and, like, "Please tell me what y'all want because 'cause we've been sitting here for a long time." That also stresses me out.
I have not ordered food. I couldn't tell you the last time that I actually ordered food through a drive-through. I order it on the app.
So does Jackie. She's a
And then I
I'm just
just do I would still go through the drive-through to pick it
yeah, to
up,
pick it up.
but
No,
but also if you're not doing that, you're cheating
I'm not
yourself
doing
because the
that.
rewards.
I'm not doing that. Jackie orders, like,
And you can
everything that
also
way.
custom but that's another thing too, is that I have anxiety about asking for, like, substitutions
Yeah.
or, like, customizing something because all I hear in my head whenever I go to if I wanna be like, "But instead of this, can I do this?" is complicated order. 'Cause that's what plays in my head because 'cause I'm a psychopath, but I just hear in my head going, "Complicated order,
Security.
security, complicated order."
That is funny.
My biggest stress, and no one ever told me that as an adult, this would be the most stressful decision you will ever make
Yeah.
every day of your life, is choosing dinner.
What to make for dinner?
It stresses that's the biggest stress. If you ever
Yeah.
ask me what what is stressing you right now, what I have to make for dinner tonight, what we're
Absolutely.
gonna eat for dinner tonight.
Yep.
Yes.
That's a good one.
And I married I don't care. I'll eat whatever.
Listen, every time I'm like, "Baby, what should we do for dinner? What sounds good?" I'm okay with whatever. And, like, I appreciate you being so easy, but please give me some
But it
options.
also makes it
So much harder.
puts that burden on me. And then my husband, though, is also he's not a picky person. I'm definitely pickier because I think that's why he gave up because whenever I say, "I don't care," and then he'll list but he does it on purpose to, like, prove a point because 'cause I'll go, "I don't care." The first 3
It's always no.
restaurants
It's always
are
no.
the 3 that I will never eat. And so he'll be like, "Okay, fine." Like, we'll be getting in a tiff about it, and he'll go, "Okay, fine, we're going to Burger King." And I'm like, "I hate Burger King."
I do that to
And he's like,
Jackie.
"See?"
I do that to
He's like,
Jackie
"See, you
too.
won't eat just anything." I'm like,
Like, not meaning to, but she just lists off things I'm like, "No, that doesn't sound good. No, that doesn't sound good." And she's like, "I'm giving you ideas." I'm like, "But they don't
he's
sound
like, "So,
good."
see? This is why I don't make the decision." But anyways, it's a whole thing every time. But you know what? How grateful are we that if our biggest argument every week with our spouses is about what we're eating for
Mhm.
dinner, I'm grateful for that. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that is a big stressor in my life that, like, I think most people can really truly just be like, I don't care." They'll just pass something and be like, "Oh, that sounds good." No,
No.
it'll take me an hour.
Yes.
We'll eat dinner at 9 o'clock because I will even do, like, the spin the wheel on my phone, and then it'll just piss me off because then the wheel will just choose all the ones that I don't want, and I'm like, "This is dumb." I was like, "Yeah, we just wasted 30 minutes. I'm starving."
Go somewhere.
Yeah.
I have one more that popped in my head because I thought about this weekend with us. So, we went to Pensacola, and, of course, Alabama doesn't have a lottery, but Florida does. So, we stopped and got some scratchers on our way home.
Mhm.
You know what really is stressful to me, and it's stressful every time I do it? When I'm, like, looking in the case trying to tell them what scratchers I want, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like they're in a rush, but I'm like, I wanna actually, like, look at them to see which ones I want, so then I just, like, end up calling out a number or being like, "Just give me $30 worth of
Do you
whatever."
think that's why we've never really hit it big?
You know, it might be
Because we
because
just impulse. We're
because I
just like
impulse because I'm like, "Oh, I feel like I'm taking up too much of their time while I'm, like, trying to pick out the ones I want.
But then also
I was
too,
stressed at that counter.
because I always give myself like I'm only gonna spend X amount and then try to do the quick math in your head.
The math,
The
yes.
math of like, okay, well, I wanna get as many as I possibly can. I'm gonna get the bang for my buck, but I do need to get like a couple of
Like,
$5
one
ones.
$5 one. Yeah.
Yeah. So having to do the math and be like, all right, well, where am I at? Like, what am I up to? Oh no, never mind. I'm over. Take it, put it back.
I went through every phase of that on Saturday when I was like, "Okay,
Get it too.
I'm gonna get $30 worth of scratchers." But I was like, "I know I want like a 5, a few 5s, some 2s, some 1s," and I was like counting like this, and I'm like, number 21." Like, I was stressing out. It was too much for me. It stressed me out.
Yeah, that's valid. There are some things that stress me. One of them is laundry.
Mm.
Why does it have to be so hard?
Well,
It's my one downfall. And this is what sucks. Because when I agreed for Randy to work out of like when I was like, go for it, I didn't think about all of the things because I didn't marry a loser. I'm gonna say that. We share responsibility. We don't have gender roles in this house.
mhm.
Now, are there some things that I'm a hypocrite on that because because I say I'm just a girl.
I'm
I'm not doing
literally
that.
just a
I'm
girl.
literally just a girl. What do I look like doing that? But like
Absolutely.
Randy, that was one of the things that like he did all the laundry when he started working out of town. I was like, how do I accumulate so much laundry as one person? And Sandy K, if you're watching this, just know I still will wash one outfit on quick wash. Do you know how many times I almost got kicked out of Molly's house for washing one outfit on quick wash?
Who put 2 things in my washing machine?
I still do it, girl.
Well,
Never stopped.
I
I'm still toxic.
I am the complete opposite. I spoiler alert, I don't do laundry in my house.
No.
My wife, that's kind of her duty, and I appreciate that so much because I hate laundry. But when I do kind of help out and do loads, I'm gonna pack as much in that washer as I can. I'm gonna shove it in. She's like, "You realize you are going to break the washing machine just because you put more in. Yes, it's more clothes, but they're not getting clean. Break the washer." So
Yeah, or like,
I'm
well,
the opposite. I'm gonna pack it full.
I'm the world's worst about so
Dang.
laundry is something that really weighs on me heavy. I have about 8 baskets down there that need doing, but the weekends are coming.
Yep,
So, yeah.
that's the weekend's
Um
problem.
and then I also struggle and I want to publicly apologize for this. Replying to text stress me out.
Oh,
Emails and text. I've got to get better at it in 2026. I will reply to you in my head.
that's my biggest thing. I don't ignore anyone who texts me. I don't
No, I
ignore
see
you.
it.
I open it and I'm like, "Oh, I'll text them back," because a lot of times I have my AirPods in, and so it'll read it to me while I'm, like, doing something, and I'll in my head, I'm like, "Okay, I'll text them back once I wash my hands or whatever I'm doing." Forget. I'm not ignoring you. I
No.
just read it and replied in my head and said, "Oh, I'll reply, like, physically," and I forget to do it.
But also, where that also makes me a hypocrite is because and my sister didn't know this, so she, like, stress texts me back now. Because if you don't text me back, you hate me, I've made you mad, I'm gonna replay everything that I have said or done over the last 6 months that you could possibly even if we talked I do it a lot with Molly. I do, I think you're mad at me all the time. And she has no reason to be mad at me.
Absolutely not.
Molly,
Or if she said something that hurt my feelings, I would just tell you.
my boss I guess it's like a she says it's an age thing. She said, "Oh god, I'm so sorry. I was doing voice text in my car, and so I ended every sentence in that, text with a period." I'm not mad at you because if you just put all periods, I think you're mad at me. If you gotta throw an exclamation mark in there for me.
I do t I put
Yeah.
exclamation
And
points.
she didn't know that, and so now my boss, I love her, she now makes a conscious thought to when she texts me, she uses exclamation points now. I think I'm the only person she does that with. Yeah. So so even though I'm really bad at to replying to text, if you don't text me back, you fucking hate me.
You hate her.
You hate me, you're never talking to me again, and, you're cutting me out of your life.
Double standard there, Kaitlyn.
Why is it so hard and stressful? It's not a hard task, but I would rather slide butt naked, ass down on a bed of nails
Mhm.
than renew my driver's license. Mine was expired. Mine was expired for like 6 months last year. Because during COVID, they started letting you renew them online,
Mm.
but my picture, I'd already done it. My picture was from when I moved to Mobile in 2016, and they said, "Bitch, we know you don't look like that anymore. It's been
Time
10
to
years."
retake that
So I
photo.
tried to renew it online, and so then my brain, as soon as it told me I couldn't renew online, my brain said, "Well, we're not doing that." Okay.
That's the part of the ADHD process because I do that too with, like, very simple tasks, like, it shouldn't be that hard, but, like, our brain makes it really big. That's an ADHD
But,
thing.
like, anything really to do with my car, like or, like, my driver's license, my tag, my husband handles that now, my tag, but
Mhm.
car maintenance, I literally can just take it and get my oil like, it's not hard to get an oil change, but, like, just the thought, I don't know, it stresses me out. I don't know.
'Cause you're literally just a girl.
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a
So,
girl.
yeah, I guess those are the things that aren't stressful
But
to
we
most,
just make them.
but they are what keep me up at night. Laundry and my driver's license. And where's my birth certificate?
Girl, I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I've
won't
had to
know.
order like 11 from the state of Alabama. I have 11 copies of it.
You'll find them all one
But I
day.
don't know where I don't I have 11, they're just out there
They're just
somewhere,
out there.
so identity theft loves to see me coming.
Since we kind of been on the same theme today, I want to know your win of the week, but, like, not like a big win. Like, what was your just kind of, like, bare minimum win for the week? Like, even when you're struggling, you do this as, like, a bare minimum, but you did it and it's
Oh,
still a win.
okay. So, first of all, if you've ever struggled with, any kind of depression, even if you were in the absolute thralls of it, if you can, every day, wash your ass and brush your teeth. I promise. Even
Mhm.
if that's the only thing you get out of bed to do all day
And get back in
long,
bed.
you still have to take care of yourself.
Mhm.
Your mind might be going through it, but if you take care of your physical body in some way and get a little, maybe even just a little sunshine, even if it's just opening the window and getting that in and like fresh air, do it. But the one thing for me that no matter what I'm going through in my life, no matter how stressed I am, tired I am, I physically cannot go to sleep with a single dirty dish in the sink.
Me neither.
So, no, as hectic and crazy and all of the things that this week was, my bare minimum is that I still went to bed every night. I still went to bed with a clean kitchen every night.
You know what? And that's a win. That that's a big win,
Because also,
actually.
I feel like it sets a tone for the next day.
Absolutely.
That's really why I do it.
Nothing ruins my morning more than coming downstairs, walking into the kitchen to make coffee, and there's, like, crumbs on the counter or dishes in the sink. Starts my morning off wrong.
And
So I
honestly,
fully agree.
like, even when Randy would do when he was home and he would do the dishes after I cooked, I would still go in and do, like, clean off the counters, or
Mhm.
I would help him, like, put things away. But there was a lot of times where I would even say, like, if I've had a really stressful day, I'll say, "Hey, I got him tonight, don't worry about it." And I would, because I'll put on, like, a podcast,
Mhm.
or I'll, no, it usually is a podcast or a YouTube video, and I'll just it's my time.
Yeah.
It's
No,
weird
yeah.
as it is, cleaning a kitchen is downtime for
No,
me.
because that's my nightly routine as well. Like,
Mhm.
after dinner, clean up the kitchen, like a closing shift, that's, like, part of my
Yeah.
night routine. So I get that, absolutely.
Closing my house down. It just helps because if my house is a mess, my mind's a mess. I'm that kind of person.
Yep. Yep, 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 yep.
I'm uneasy.
I can't function because, like, of course, my house is lived in, we have 2 dogs, it's, like, lived in,
Yeah.
but it gets to like, a certain point where there's too many dog toys on the floor, too much, like, fluff from the dog toys on the floor, and I'm like, "I'm gonna crawl out of my skin, I have to clean this house."
Yeah. And two, maybe someday I'll play it for you. I did release a single. It went platinum in my house. Randy's gonna laugh if he hears this. I used to have a guitar, and one night I was so frustrated about dog care that I wrote a single called Dog Care and Despair.
No, that was my one-hit wonder.
Shut up!
No, ask Jackie.
Shut up.
Ask Jackie, she's gonna watch this because it was in our downtown house, and we had nothing but tile and hardwood floors throughout the whole thing, and it was a historic house, so
Molly.
it's dusty. And I was sweeping, and I said, "All my life is dog hair and despair," and I made a whole country song about dog hair.
Mine was so I had the guitar. I don't even think it was good. No, it wasn't a guitar. His niece had left at our house. It was like one of those little like ukulele, like banjo type things. And so I'm pretty sure he has a video of it.
She's gonna hear this and be like, What the
And I would
hell?
strum and go, "Bum, bum, 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 dog hair and despair,
Mine was slower.
bum,
Mine
bum,
was
bum, bum,
slower.
bum." But, mine was slow. I would strum and go, "Ain't got nothing but dog hair, dum, 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 dum." I'd strum, "And despair."
That is crazy.
That
No,
is why. True story. Randy could like it
swear to God.
literally it was in the and it's right in the trailer. At the dining room table one night, I had enough and I got a song for you. It's called Dog Hair and Despair.
Jackie's gonna hear this and be like, "That is insane," because that
Where's the psychic?
where's this
Psychic. You were right.
that's actually insane.
Some
Insane.
would say we are two peas in a pod.
2 2 peas 2 peas in a pod.
Some would say.
Some would say.
That's wild.
That I know that, like, really threw me off because I'm like, "No, she's not about to say dog hair and despair." Like,
because
no, she's not about to say that.
because valid. Tell me that was after I moved out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
like it
yeah.
was something that like
No, it was after you
I
had
would
moved
live there
out.
and have heard Molly. Like we were living separate
Separately.
and wrote the same country song called Dog
So
Hair and Despair.
that I can't. I'm gonna have to
Fuck,
take
I
a
should have
note.
copyrighted that.
That's you should've, 'cause now I'm about to make some money.
On next week's episode, we will perform for you both of our renditions of Dog Hair and Despair.
We got the mics for it. That's crazy. I'm gonna keep this in so they know that we're not making this up. Kaitlyn is currently texting my wife asking her
Okay, also
my
side
2
note,
hits,
do you know what Jackie's name is in my phone?
your soulmate.
Jackie, my soulmate.
Yeah.
The first time my meeting Jackie, I got her phone number, and it's so funny because me and Molly really are soulmates. But I don't know what it was like when we first started hanging out. There were so many things that me and Jackie like between our childhood. Like there were so many things that we are very
I know.
alike in a lot of things. And so I drunkenly one night out was like, Jackie, are you sure you're not my soulmate? And Molly was like, I don't think she got what you're looking for. But I was like, no, like platonic, like not so Jackie for now, the decade now has been
Yeah.
I've never changed it. That's Jackie, my soulmate.
Jackie, my soulmate.
Okay, so pop quiz. What are the names of
Molly's original songs.
Molly's original
Songs.
songs? And I'll send you a screenshot of them so that the people know that
Yeah, and
and you can
is
insert them
over
here.
here. My phone is over here.
And you
I
can
hadn't
insert
texted her
them.
at all.
So we will insert a screenshot. So proof to the people when Jackie replies to me, I'll screenshot it and Molly
Mhm.
can insert it so that you know.
Yep. That's
Okay.
crazy.
That's wild.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to do that this week.
Yeah.
My
I told Molly we kind of cut for a second and such a weight lifted off of me. So
Yeah,
I'm so
and that
glad
that makes me happy.
for all of I'm so appreciative of all of you for giving us this platform and
Mhm.
space to be able to talk about these things.
Absolutely. I my bare minimum win for the week was that I cleaned off my work desk this week because
I bet that cleared your mind
it
so
really did because
much.
I sit there every day, and so sometimes I hoard that Coke cans around me like
Your
a little
fridge cigarettes.
yeah, my fridge cigarettes like a little trash monster, and I said, "Okay, this is getting to be too much." So I cleaned my work desk really good this week, and that was my little small win.
Well, hey,
I
yeah.
did it.
I think even if it's just one room that you tackle, 'cause sometimes it can
Mhm.
be overwhelming.
Oh,
So
yeah.
even just a little, even if the rest of my house just looks like complete chaos, if one room is immaculate, I'm doing okay.
Yep.
That's the only room that you're allowed to go into my house when you come over. So if it's randomly my bathroom, guess where we're hanging out?
In the toilet
In the
room.
toilet room.
Well, our episode this time was really kind of focused around mental health, and I actually really enjoyed this
I did too.
episode. But just kind of going back to what we said in the beginning of keeping it authentic and real, we're funny girls, but
Yeah.
you know, we have a few minty bees here and there every now and
I
then.
think it's what makes us funny.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No funny person is like completely sane, but to anyone who, like you said, a lot of mental illnesses can feel really isolating. And I
Mhm.
know because I've been there. Just like a little, really short, I have OCD, which is, it can at times be very consuming and in turn can make that feel very isolating. So I do know what you mean in a different sense, of course, but and a lot of people can relate with mental illnesses. It can make you feel alone.
And I also think that a lot of people think that OCD is just about, like,
No.
being OCD about cleanliness. It is not. It's so much more
It
than
is,
that.
and I have a few small, like, cleaning quirks, if you will, but, like, it literally is obsessive, and then there's the compulsion part of it, so it's the ruminating thoughts, and it's, if you don't do the compulsion to, like, stop the ru it's just a continuous circle. It's I
Mhm.
could talk about it for a really long time, but it is very consuming if it's not taken care of, which thankfully I'm medicated for that, so
Medicated
it is
queens.
manageable. It is manageable, but, it for a really long time fully consumed every aspect of my life, and it was very isolating because you're in, like, such a bad space, you're like, "There's no way that anyone else could, like,
Yeah.
understand this, can fully, like, grasp it and get it." But no matter what type of mental illness you struggle with, or even if it's not a mental illness, if it is just a period of grief or sad, whatever it might be,
Mhm.
you are never alone ever because there's someone out there who does get it. And as like cliche as it does get better
It does.
always.
And please always remember that no matter what you're going through, the world is a better place with you in it.
Mhm.
You are loved. You would be missed.
Mhm.
And even sometimes when it feels like there is no light at the end of the tunnel, there is, and there's a beautiful life waiting on the other
Mhm.
side of it that is worth living. Your life
Absolutely.
is worth living, and it's a gift that's given to each of us, and it's precious. But just know that you're always loved.
Absolutely. And I can say that, and I of course I won't go into too much detail, but from someone who has been there and made a choice that was almost irreversible, I can truly say, like, it does get better with now it takes some work and patience, but with coping mechanisms and medication if it, needs to be medication, it really does get better, and like you said, it's when you have that turnaround and you, like, see this is what they meant when they said it gets better,
Yeah,
it really does. My Alexa alarm went off, sorry.
perfect timing.
Perfect timing for the Alexa alarm.
Oh, hold on. Okay, we got one. So Jackie's response live in real time. Dog hair and despair. The hot light is on, and my heart is happy.
Told ya.
And bonus round, one,
Two,
two,
three.
three, four.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a stim for me, I say that a lot.
I told you.
Well,
That's beautiful.
it was a little bit of a serious episode here and there, but
Who would have known when we started the episode
opening up our little
with pickles and dogs
pickles and dogs.
that I would be crying and traumatizing? But here we are.
Sometimes it be like that.
And yeah, that's just a little look into my brain of how my days can go.
Sometimes it be like that.
It bees like that. So
But we thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. This one
yeah,
might be a little bit longer than an
that's
hour, but
okay.
that's okay.
And all good things have to come to an end,
They do.
unfortunately. So
But we will see you guys next week.
yeah, and I say it every week, but I really do mean it this week. I love you. Bye.
Bye.